the experimentation is over and it will be back to business for New Zealand at this tournament.
Of course, they are still missing a certain number 11 in Portia Woodman, and we wish her continued success with her recovery. It won't be long, hopefully, before we see her back in a New Zealand shirt. Referee is Emily Hassave from USA. And we're almost set to go. Perfect conditions for sevens rugby. The pitch out there as well. Well, the 4G surface, if you like, absolutely ideal for this sport. And our opening match just about to get underway. There's the hooter, here's the whistle, and it will be Daria Lushina for Russia to get us underway. A high searching ball, Hirni underneath it, and Hamidova trying to close the gap to put a bit of pressure on New Zealand, who are back inside their own 22. First touch for Tyler Nathan Wong, trying to feed on the outside. Tackle goes in from Hamidova, who's in under the jackal position there, and Shostakova, who let her go. Ruby Tui spins one to the left, Kelly Brazier, and here's the speedster back in the side, as he said. Nice fend as well. Look at that strength and speed for Michaela Blythe, and off she goes. They can't get their hands on her, and over the halfway line. What a way to start in the West Hill Stadium. Back with a bang, Michaela Blythe. She's quick, but she is powerful, and that is a fantastic individual try.
Welcome back, Blythe. I mentioned her name before, and that is why. Absolute individual effort on the left edge of the field. I don't know how many people she beat. There's one, the dummy, another, 3, and then 4. Just out and out pace in the end, power to begin with, dexterity in her footwork. You
got to admire the brilliance, but equally the Russian defence, nowhere to be seen. They just couldn't put a hand on her. The tackle should have been made.
Well, the reason that was because New Zealand had gone back to the right-hand side at kickoff, which was quite unusual, and they pulled the defence over, and it gave a little bit of extra room on the left.
No mistake with the conversion. Michaela Blythe, well, Portia Woodman out in front, but Michaela Blythe, as you can see, 111 not out for the flyer from New Zealand. And with Portia Woodman out injured at the moment, they will be relying on her just to finish those moves with the pace that she has. Hirni chases this one. Take by Hamidova. Good tackle goes in. A big hit from Falea Fanga. Well, you mentioned her physical power, Mel, at 18 years of age. There's an example. Another big tackle goes in, and Russia all at sea at the moment. Referee happy that the ball didn't go forward and trying to play on here. Niall Williams, good strength to hold up in the tackle. Ball's gone to ground, whistle's gone, and New Zealand, by just brute force there, getting that turnover.
Brute force and speed in the defensive line. Anticipation as well from the defensive players from New Zealand. Almost got a turnover. The ball just popped out of that tackle. That was excellent work.
Falea Fanga really making her presence felt early on here, setting down a marker.
Let's see what she's got in the scrum.
So New Zealand's prime attacking territory. Standing on the right-hand wing is Niall Williams. On the left is Michaela Blythe. They swing it to the left, and Kelly Brazier has her outside. Brazier just drifting across back inside to Blythe. She's not going to beat 4 again, is she? Well, there's another fend. Nathan Wong out to Tui. Tui to Williams. Picks it off the deck. Can't hold on to it. And that has gone forward. Scrum to Russia.
Oh, yeah, it was a difficult pass to pick up, really. Right at her feet. Just have a look here from Ruby Tui. Yeah, very difficult.
You expect better from Ruby Tui as well. It's not like her to make a pass mistake like that.
I think she could feel that they had a bit of space on that side and got a bit excited.
And Russia had a chance to get their hands on the ball. They've barely had it in the first 3.5 minutes or so. Got to win the scrum first, though. Carrying two-handed across goes Seradina. Was that cross in the middle? Away she goes. Seradina. Williams is after her. Seradina looks for support on her outside shoulder. Has Drakova, who's the quickest player in the Russian team. Was that crossing? Referee says no. And New Zealand scramble back. Well, Drakova, just a lack of communication between the two of them. If she'd got her hands on that ball, she was in. Here's Lushina. Hamidova. Two-handed carry. Again, dropping the shoulder into contact, and Falea Fanga says, I can eat that up all day long. Ball there for Gavrilyuk. Lushina. Here's the captain, Mikhaltseva. And there's Drakova, trying to go straight up the gut, but dragged down before that 10-meter line. Lushina. Options on the right-hand side. Again, Seradina trying to do it all herself. Good tackle Trying to place the ball back, needs support. Referee has a good look at this. Play on, she says. Drakova. Out they go. Gavrilyuk on this near side. Stakova. Back inside to Hamidova. Can't get away. Gets the offload. New Zealand scramble defence. Brazier puts in the tackle. Trying to hold her up. Dragging her towards that touchline. What a rip as well. Another example of strength for Faleafanga. And New Zealand managed to turn it over. Nathan Wong to Tui. Just dropping the shoulder into contact. New Zealand trying to set a platform for themselves here. Should be there. Nathan Wong. Brazier. Hirini. Blythe. Again, breaks the first tackle. It's 3 times she's done that. Ball recycled. There for Tui, again quite far for New Zealand. Hamidova putting pressure on Williams, who hits the ground at the 5-metre line. Tui, did she drop that forward? Referee said yes. Advantage now to Russia. Can they finish from here? Whistle's gone.
Yeah, good ball, good possession back for Russia. It's a great opportunity for them. I think with Ruby Tui, she's so enthusiastic and energetic. She just has to maybe pause for a second before she makes a decision into action, because she nearly had the knock on, she had the poor pass, so got a change already for New Zealand.
Yeah, so Faleafanga has had a busy opening few minutes, goes off for a bit of a breather. Myself and Shostakova are very close. Did I tell you that, Mel? Got a name on the tip of my tongue. There's the feed from the scrum. Lushina has a little bit of trouble trying to get that out. I think New Zealand have managed to steal it. Whistle's gone though. Russia get the put in again. It's a messy scrum.
As often happens too when you make a change in the front row, it's just a little bit of sorting each other out again. The new prop, different technique.
Saradina standing at first receiver for the Russians. Lushina, a little pop pass to her. Saradina, nice flat line. Mikhaltseva trying to get through. Mikhaltseva almost at the line. Tackled by Hirini. And options both sides now to pick and go. Russia so close to their opening try. And an attempt to level this one out. Drakova standing to the right-hand side. Mikhaltseva goes left, though. Shostakova has Hamidova outside of her, but she's tackled well by Baker. It's just on the pitch. Fresh legs for New Zealand. Hamidova goes to the right-hand side. Saradina to Lushina. A little grubber kick through. Drakova's after this one. Was that the right option, you wonder? New Zealand get possession back. It's come loose. And a penalty to New Zealand. Quick tap, wasting no time. They want another one on the board. Hirini, the captain for New Zealand, brings play to the 22. Kamina's going to have to come across here. And Brazier trying to jink her way through. Looking for the long floating pass on the outside. Now Baker, how much pace has she got? Straight into contact. Shostakova puts her down just before the halfway line. Brazier fakes to go on the blind side. Well tackled though by Mikhaltseva, who's back on her feet. It is hot out there. Physical fitness is going to be an issue for the teams as we progress throughout day one here. Baker, lovely pass on the outside under pressure as well. Williams. Hirini. Little dummy back inside to Blythe. Michaela Blythe trying to set off a little gap, half gap opening up and defend as well. Michaela Blythe is going to get her second. Hamidova won't want to see a replay of that. She fell off the tackle, but Blythe is so quick. She just manages to put players on their backside before they even know what's happened.
Fantastic finish from Blythe. Wonderful movement from New Zealand in fact. They moved the ball across the field. It was an early cutback from Blythe. That Russian defensive system should have identified she was coming back on that inside channel. They didn't move from across the wing, so there was a nice little hole for Blythe just to slide right through.
Beautiful try, second of the game, second of the day from Michaela Blythe, and you can see it took a bit out of her, that one. An awful lot of running to do early doors. And the conversion makes it 14-0. So half-time, New Zealand in control. They lead Russia by 14-0.
We're now 14 up, and the other one is just our patience. Let's keep holding the ball, working them back. The only times we drop it, it's our own mistakes. So let's just tidy up those little things hold position, patience, work, and we're going to open them up. Actually, put my hand up for that one, but one thing I want better is our threes. We're half deciding whether to pop them up. I need the comms from that because we can set our attack again off the pop or the threes. Call the black early comms, okay? Better threes, that's what I want.
That connection on defense. They took us all the way down there and we held them out. That's what makes this team, alright? 7 more minutes, girls. Amazing.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mana, 3, 1, 2, 3, mana!
So, England against China coming up in Pool B. And New Zealand off to a flyer, Australia, Ireland as well in Pool A. Well, the Irish will quietly fancy their chances, albeit they're missing quite a few experienced heads. Canada against Brazil. Well, the crowd are going to be out in force for that one. But second half, New Zealand comfortable enough, you'd have to say, Mel.
Yeah, they've used the ball a lot more efficiently than Russia have, who tend to attack close and not use the width of the field, whereas New Zealand has moved the ball really well.
Saidi has come in for New Zealand, and it's Michaela Blythe who gets a well-deserved break after 2 tries in that first 7 minutes, and it'll be Tyler Nathan Wong to get us back underway. So New Zealand 2 tries to the good, 14 points on the board, and Russia playing catch-up. 17-all have finished in Kitakyushu. Imagine Russia need to score first, so that's a mistake by Hamidova. And Kelly Brazier takes the pass away. It's drifting across the pitch, tackled by Mikhaltseva, back on her feet. And Russia trying to rip through Lushina. Nathan Wong out to Tui. Huani. One on the outside shoulder, Baker. And what a tackle that was. Hamidova making up for that early knock on, but the pick and go from Tui around the outside, 1 to beat, tries a little grubber kick through. Came off one of the Russian shoes, and New Zealand managed to somehow recycle the ball. Nathan Wong has Brazier outside her. Williams with Saidi if she wants, a little back inside from Saidi, nice switch as well, got the pass, the dummy was good, and Saidi's only just on the pitch, tackled by Drakova, looks for the pop pass to Brazier. Kelly Brazier is going to score number 3 for New Zealand.
So many lovely elements to talk about in that whole movement. Every player from the Blackburn Sevens was involved at some point. Of course, Saili, the player at the end. Brazier, beautiful support play from Brazier to work hard to get there. It was excellent work.
So, conversion attempt from Nathan Wong. Flags stay down, but New Zealand cruising at the moment. 3 tries and 19 points on the board. 5.5 minutes left to play in Russia. I mean, guilty of some unforced errors as well, knocking that ball from the restart, and New Zealand making pay.
Well, and also when you're trying to compete against players like Ruby Tui, who's a prop, who in their far side just tried a little grubber through. I mean, that is just instinctive, difficult to defend against, and then the brilliant passes across the field as well.
So Tyler Nathan Wong for New Zealand once again to get us underway. Looks like it took a lot of time to get that one back, but again another mistake from the restart for Russia. This time Seredina dropping the ball. It's just unforgivable at this level, Mel, to drop balls like that.
Yes, and possession in sevens is everything, because you've only got 7 minutes a half to score. So any pill that comes your way, you've got to guard it preciously. You've got to get the errors out of your game. They've just handed the ball back to New Zealand on a plate.
It's something you can't afford to do, because New Zealand have punished them 3 times already. Missed tackles telling its own story as well for Russia. So drop balls, missed tackles, and the result is what you see on the scoreboard at the moment. Brazier looking for Niall Williams. Little step back inside, and they switch the point of attack to the right. Tyler Nathan Wong. Tui with the dummy. Baker on a nice switch, and she's powerful as well. Still on her feet. Presenting the ball well. Williams calling for it. Has Saili outside her. Pass wasn't great. Saili picks it up off the ground. Williamson's a nice wraparound line, but didn't get the pass to go with it. Hirani. Out to Nathan Wong, and there's Tui. Was that pass okay? Referee says yes. And play on. Baker back on her feet. New Zealand get the penalty, not rolling away. Quick tap and away they go. No time to catch breath for Russia. It's energy-sapping stuff when you're constantly having to defend as well. Williams gets it back from Brazier. Brazier, little half gap opening up, and Hamidova allowing her teammate to take the tackle responsibility. Saradina did just enough. Nathan Wong, right-hand side. Williams. Tui. Baker trying to bounce off the first tackle. Ball should be there. Williams. Nathan Wong once more. Hirani. It's quite static from New Zealand. Back over the halfway line. Saili fancies a cut herself. Saili still going, trying to defend, looking for support, gets it. Hirani, Nathan Wong. Williams. Tui tries the quick flick of the wrist, but didn't quite work out.
What I can say about that passage of play is if you heard the Black Fern Sevens talking about working in threes, that's what they were doing there really well. Yes, a mistake in the end. That was defensive pressure from Russia that caused that. But New Zealand, one person goes into contact, another bridges over, then they always have a halfback there. And because they have that support working in threes, they constantly recycle the ball. And that is one of the keys to why they are so good.
19 points to nil. Offloads 4 for New Zealand, just the one for Russia so far. And Russia barely had possession. Can they do something from this? They got it. Get points on the board if they want to have any chance of catching New Zealand now. Running out of time. Just under 2.5 left to play. Mikalseva, look at the pressure New Zealand put on up so quickly. Mikalseva did well to get away first time and the second time as well. Back in her pace here. Nathan Wong, she gives chase. And what a fend that is. Elena Mikalseva going all the way. The pass back to Drakova. What a try.
Well, where did that come from? Russia. That's what we wanted to see all match. The strength in this team is certainly in their back line through Mikalseva, who made the initial break. So much pace, so much power, that brilliant fend. Nathan Wong maybe should have gone low in the first instant, but hey, back up from Drakova, and it was a brilliant try in the end.
Well, it looks like Elena Mikalseva picked up a bit of an injury as she went to make that break, but what a try. Drakova, third in the all-time list, as you can see, for Russia. Hamidova leading the way, but Drakova, she keeps going in the manner in which she's been for the last couple of seasons, will catch the top spot very soon. 19 points to 7. Mikalseva, again, they're waiting for Mikalseva, who was struggling with an injury. She's back on the Russian side of the pitch, but they took too long. Well, one will applies for New Zealand and the other for Russia, but again, it's an unforced error, you have to say, because it gives possession straight back to New Zealand.
Yeah, they've got to be onto it with that.
So, Brazier, nice feet to get away from the first tackle attempt. Hirani, an American football pass that one, but pretty effective to Saili. Saili trying to go herself, back in her pace on the outside. Lushina comes across to show her the touchline. Hirani, Brazier once more. Nathan Wong has 2 outside her. Tap tackle around the ankles, and again it's a 3-on-1 overlap here. If Williams straightens up, Hirani, across comes Lushina, misses the tackle, back inside to Niall Williams, and New Zealand to make sure of victory. Niall Williams takes the pass back inside, and it is try number 4.
Well, they need to do what you expect them to do, New Zealand, because on the left they had 3-on-2. Would usually be a normal old draw and pass, but instead Hirani went back on the inside and found Williams on the right, and that is so hard to defend against.
So conversion attempts. Tyler Nathan Wong doesn't miss those. There's the full-time whistle. It's the perfect start for New Zealand. Russia, well, a long way to go on day one, but they've been beaten here by New Zealand. Final score, New Zealand 26.